Hi everyone, it's Professor Todd with a video on how to draft an introduction with thesis statement for your persuasive essay. You'll see here that I have a sample introductory paragraph from the sample outline that I've shared with you on Canvas. So I want to just go through this introduction with you and show you the approach that the student took, why this introduction is a strong one, and how they crafted their thesis statement. So let's start off here with the opening section. Anxiety, frustration, confusion. Break out the paper bags and vodka. It's the start of a new semester. So this student has chosen to approach with a little bit of humor and some shared experience. This is a great approach because it kind of brings the reader in right off the bat, makes them interested in the topic, and also it creates that commonality, that shared experience, which creates a little bit of their ethos and credibility with their audience members because it shows their audience, hey, I'm familiar with these feelings of anxiety at the beginning of the semester. We've all gone through this together. In the next section, in the mad rush to find open courses and finalize schedules each semester, students invariably find themselves embroiled in some sort of anxious debate over what courses to take. These debates often revolve around the ease or difficulty of a particular course, and more often than not speak less to the course's effectiveness and more to the ability to get students their desired goal, a good grade. Take this class, it's an easy A, or don't take this class, it will kill your GPA, seem to be the general feel of most of these conversations. So here again, the student is building their ethos by acknowledging that shared experience that a lot of students go through, but they're also establishing the problem. And this is important. Your introduction needs to establish the problem that you are going to address. That is, what is this question that needs answering that you are going to provide some sort of solution to? And here, what the student has shown is that the current debate happening around classes is not about how effective the class is, but rather how likely the student is to get a good grade. The emphasis has become the grade and not the learning. And then they expand on that. Rather than focusing on things like course content, how much they actually learned, how interesting or challenging the course proved to be, or how applicable the course is to their future educational and career goals, students often seem more concerned with how to make it through their course with a surplus of ease. Instead of enrolling in courses that challenge them, broaden their horizons, prepare them for their futures, or ask them to engage with and learn, rather than simply memorize, the material, all supposedly important goals of education, students are often more focused on how to get that nice shiny A on their college transcripts. In fact, grades seem to be the central focus for most college students when it comes to their education. So here again, the student has kind of expanded on that problem by showing that the current grading system focuses on the A for the transcript, the grade, rather than the things that we as the readers know we should be valuing, right? How to broaden horizons, prepare you for your future, engage with the material, how applicable the course is to educational goals and career goals, how challenging it is, how interesting it is. These things all sort of fall by the wayside in favor of the grade. And so the student is really kind of showing the problem with that, so that the reader understands why the current grading system isn't working. The next thing that they do is they shift from elaborating on the problem to providing some context for their thesis. So this is a nice transition to their thesis. While some have argued that grades are necessary to measure student success and performance and often serve as the only effective motivational tool for students, others have called for a re-examination of not only the effectiveness but also the usefulness of our current grading system. The reason this serves as a nice transition is because it contextualizes the student's thesis and frames it within the current debate. It shows what the current experts are arguing, presents nicely a summation of the two sides of this debate around the grading system. And then here we have the student's thesis statement underlined. Although research into the topic provides a variety of benefits and drawbacks to letter grading, overwhelming evidence suggests the current grading system is not only ineffective, but stands in the way of actual learning. This is a great thesis statement because the argument is very clear. The current grading system is ineffective and stands in the way of actual learning. So what I know is that this student is going to spend the rest of this paper showing me why this grading system is ineffective and how it stands in the way of actual learning. This is a great example of an introduction because it is compelling to the audience. It catches their interest right off the bat. It establishes some commonality between reader and audience. It establishes credibility by showing that the author understands and shares this experience and also has done their research by providing some of the current debate. It establishes the problem well and expands on that problem, and it contextualizes and situates the thesis within the current debate that's happening and provides a thesis with a clear stance on this issue. I hope this has been helpful. Stay tuned for the next video, which will show you how to draft the outline section for this paper.